Am I supposed to hear the music through here?
Can you hear anything?
No.
At all?
I hear my voice.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Can
Welcome.
I control it, to make it louder?
Yeah. Mic
Yeah, that's
check.
good. Hey, that's really good.
Test. 1, 2, 3. How's everybody doing this, whatever day it is that you listen? You alright? We're just setting up, as you can hear. Hustling, bustling, trustling.
Trust me. What does that mean?
I've been rhyming every other episode. You're listening to another episode of Where in the World podcast. I am your host, Natz. Joining me today, I've got Nads, who has appeared on the show already. She's going to be a reoccurring guest. Say hi.
Yo.
Yo. And where in the world are we today?
East London.
Of course, because there's nothing else booked. Sorry, my leg was itchy. I had to scratch it. What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know. I feel weird every time I go, what's going on? Like, we were just talking a while ago. I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I'm feeling tired. All that shumai that we had.
Because you said you were hungry.
I was peckish. I was a bit peckish. And now we've got a bottle of Coke here just to stay awake. But we want to keep the momentum, the train running for this podcast because I feel good energy. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm seeing double. Are you seeing double?
No. That's just you.
No, I'm seeing two mics here. Shit, son. That upgrade, we going in. If you noticed my last episode, I bought a pod mic. Because we're going to take this a bit more seriously. But now we're taking it double serious because Nadine over here has her own microphone as well. And with two mics, we need two mic inputs. So we also, if you see this little red box, we've invested. So things are moving forward. We're taking it seriously for your entertainment. And I'm sounding real good. I feel like I sound... You can hear yourself?
Yeah.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, no, I really like it. Shout out to... what's the brand?
Rode Australia. You know it's an Australian brand, right?
No, I didn't know that.
I've always used Rode. Even my old mic has always been Rode.
Is the one standing that is over there.
It's Rode as well, yeah. It's an Aussie brand. I didn't know that until like really late. And
That's really good.
Yeah, it is. Let me just drink this Coke real quick.
Kind of feels weird. No, not weird in a bad way. Like it's just really good sound. I can hear myself.
Can we let out a secret then?
What?
How
No. Why? Why would you ruin the
Because
fun?
why are you saying you can hear the sound now? We couldn't hear the sound before.
Because there was only one mic.
Look, we got to tell him now.
Why?
First episode, we were both wearing headphones, but it was all for the look. She had these cordless headphones. She didn't want to be FOMO. I told her to put them on, but don't you feel like a real radio person, like an actual broadcaster, once you have the actual headphones on?
Yeah.
Even last time when they weren't really working, just to
it
have
was
them
still
on,
good.
you're like, I'm in my element. I'm ready to talk, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk.
Yeah. No, it was good. I think today though it makes it much more professional.
Do you think it's too hot?
It's really hot.
Do you want to just open the window? I know it's gonna I know it might mess up the sound, but these microphones, they're not meant to take up everything.
Well, you know what? You could test the sound then.
Let's
You could
test it
the
out. You know
mics.
what? You guys want to hear some ambiance? Hear some of that London
Bethnal
street.
Green.
Don't tell a area. That's why I say East London.
Oops.
It's too late now. Okay, we live in Bethnal Green. If you're gonna rub us, we're at Bethnal Green.
No, just say that.
Okay,
That's
I'm
even
gonna. All right, I'll
worse.
cut all that
Edit
out. I'll edit that out.
Edit.
Let me open the thing. You have it. Keep talking, and I'll quickly open it.
All right, the reason why he's opening the window is because it's quite hot. But how we need to open the window is because we're lower ground based. So we've got to get a ladder out, climb on it, and then open the window, which is quite a bit of a challenge one every day. But
The last episode. All right, I'm back. I think that's why I was so low energy in the last
It's too
episode.
hot.
I was alone. I had all the humidifiers that have taken over our apartment were just blowing smoke everywhere. So all my sensors were messed up. All these mixed smells. Did you buy another humidifier? How many have we got now? 6?
No. Well, thanks to Michelle, she
Yeah.
did buy it for us because
true.
to help us with our stress level and to sleep better.
That's true. Look,
Except that you don't sleep better.
she had good intentions. Shout outs to Michelle. Thanks for the humidifier. But we've already got 5 or 6 hidden around this house already. But,
No,
kind of
that's
too
it.
many. That's cool.
I decided to stop. Remember the other day?
Yeah. That's true.
I was like, I've got to stop it because I'm getting too many smells. Getting sick.
I got a few topics that I want to go through.
All right.
But
Interviewer.
But before we do, it would have been a good segue. I'm not going to say anything yet. I got a few articles I want to bring up because I think this works in the podcast, breaks the ice a bit, and it's all in good fun. You know one of these already, but I'm just going to bring it up because we both haven't really looked into it. We said we'd save it for the podcast. So we're just going to tell the audience we've discovered a new Marvel hero that's coming out. And I was shocked. I'm like, yeah, this is a win for the team. If you guys have heard of this new hero, I don't know if she's getting a new movie or a new
I think
series.
she's getting a movie.
Basically, let me get the article out. This new hero goes by the name of Wave, and she's basically Marvel's newest superhero. Oh, this is the title, sorry. Marvel's newest superhero is a Filipino woman. Look at this picture. If you're looking at our live feed, I'm not going to play should I play the video?
Is there a video?
No, it's
no,
listen.
it's
No,
just
it's
the
It's a
text.
picture. She kind of looks like Wonder Woman, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like she's one of those goddesses that is meant to, I don't know, kill creatures or something.
There's a creature behind her. There's a giant squid behind her.
But where is she from? I've never seen her.
Marvel. Well, she's new. You wouldn't be able to see her. That's the thing. She's brand new, so you would have never seen her.
Oh, the Atlas
But-
team.
So Atlas would mean she's part of what's the Aquaman, right?
Aquaman.
I didn't
Have you
even
watched
No,
that?
I didn't watch it. No. The female character from the Philippines will be joined by the agents of Atlas. You know what's the irony of having a Filipino superhero joining the agents of Atlas water? You know Philos can't swim, right? I've got cousins that have almost drowned. I got 2 that I can name right now. I'm not going to put them on air, but I had to save one of them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why? Like, what happened?
My cousin, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants this information out, but shout outs to my cousin, you know who you are. We were at a family gathering, at like just a family thing, and we're all at this resort, not really resort, like a getaway. And there's an indoor pool, and we're all swimming. Me and my other cousin, who we grew up here, so when I don't know how it is in France, but I think in primary or in high school, they make you go to swimming lessons, like part of sports.
Yeah, we
You'll
have
do
that as
you
well.
do laps and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
There's the swimming carnivals, and me being Filipino, it's against my gene pool to know how to swim. So while I struggled, they make you tread water. 50 meters felt like a kilometer for me when I was younger, but I could do it. Like I realized, like I can actually do this. While I was the slowest in the team, I'm versing Aussies and just other ethnicities, obviously a lot bigger, and they can, they have the length to just go through. I'd be struggling, but I realized in comparison to our gene pool, other Filipinos, we struggle, dude. We don't know. It surprises me because the Philippines is an island, like multiple islands. You're
Yeah.
practically surrounded by water, but no
It's
swimming.
the same with Vietnam.
And sorry, I just got distracted. But my story is with my cousin. Me and my other cousin, Bianca, actually. She knows how to swim. We both grew up here, so we've been ingrained in the Aussie culture, know how to swim. We're just swimming across the pools back and forth. My other cousin does it as well, and he's doing pretty well. Like, he doesn't swim that much, but he goes through halfway. And I think, he's like, I'm doing this. The confidence is built.
No.
And I think last minute he panicked, and then he's in the middle of the pool. Imagine like a circular pool. My cousin middle, and he starts doing this.
Oh no.
And the funny thing is, all my relatives, they're all
Sorry
my
for laughing.
don't worry, it's funny. We laugh. My aunties and uncles are all looking at him, and they're just like, oh, oh. But But no one wants to go in. No one's. If they don't, more people are gonna drown. So I'm looking. I'm looking at my cousin. I'm like,
But why are you looking? Like you.
no.
Jumped, like,
At first, I'm like, is he trolling? Is he trying to get a laugh type thing? And it took me about a minute when I see him like he's getting tired. He's like doing a butterfly, but upwards, like he's trying to fly out of the pool. And eventually, he's looking like he's tiring, and I'm like, well, shit, I better get him. Like he's gonna die. So I dive in, I get him. I was like, you alright, bro? He's like, yeah, man. I just almost messed up there, but it's all good.
Oh.
Filipinos can't swim. So what is this? What is this?
Vietnamese can't swim either.
Really?
No, Vietnamese. It's only thanks to those to the school lessons that I was able to know how to swim
In France.
in France. So we did the same thing. They took us to the pools.
In Vietnam, they don't teach swimming.
They don't teach that.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's the same thing with Philippines. Like why?
But yet, is Vietnam an island or is it in the?
No, it's right near the water as well.
It's
on the border.
That just doesn't make sense to me. Come on, Philippines and Vietnam, get your shit together, guys.
They're very much like on their motorbikes, on their
can't get my head
bicycles.
around.
See, that's the funny thing. Vietnamese people are very good on their bicycles.
Yeah.
I was the first one that didn't know how to ride a bike up until now. But
Well, now you're there. You've made it.
actually, you know the just like a little break in this, but how you're talking about how it took you about a minute to realize. I have to actually tell that little story on the travelator in Athens, like how.
Travelator.
Yeah, you know when we were talking on the travelator
Yeah.
in the airport.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, I didn't see the end of it, and so I fall. But the guy takes like a whole minute to then realize that I
register you
fell.
fell.
And you're like, oh shit! I find like that's something with you. Like you would just once something happens, you would just look.
Oh, you mean with the swimming story, like how I'm sort of just because I
trying to
assess.
analyze.
I assess.
Trying to analyze.
Let me retell that because I think the listeners might be a bit confused. Bit of context with what happened there. What Nadine's saying is, I'm a bit slow when it comes to detecting danger, and that perfect example is when it was in Athens, right?
It's in Athens.
And we were on the way home to the airport, and we're having a chat like what we're doing now. When we talk, we just talk non-stop, and
then I was facing backwards.
you were facing backwards, I was facing you, and the travelator's moving forwards, and keep going. We're just talking, you have chat. It's a long travelator. We're so deep in the conversation. I should probably say something, but I'm so engulfed in this whatever we were talking about. And before you know it, while I'm talking, she's facing me. Floop, she falls down on the floor, and I'm like, oh, we reached the end of the travelator, and it was a pretty harsh fall. Like
I fell. I
cut
scraped my finger, so a piece of my skin, like got cut. I was bleeding.
Yeah.
But I think I was just laughing.
And I think people may have because two of our friends were there. Who was with us by that time?
Was it Maggie and Selena?
Was it? Maggie and Selena?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Like we had two friends. The funny thing is, all they hear is a scream and a thump when she falls. And so imagine if you're in front of me and Nadine and you look back and you see me standing over her and she's on the floor and I'm just looking. The first thing they think is I push you. It's like, what'd you do to her? I'm like, we were talking.
We were just talking and I fell. But then Maggie was like, you pushed her.
It's ridiculous.
But anyway, that was just the backstory to say that. I think you're analysing. Like whenever there's some sort of
Well, that's why I'm analysing this. I'm an analyzer.
So what else is about this woman?
Wave will first see action in the May issue of The War of the Realm, New Agents of Atlas. You know, I don't really follow much DC, to be honest.
No,
Anymore?
this is Marvel.
Oh, Marvel. Sorry. Well,
this is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's another parallel sort of universe. It's not very much like Marvel. So she never featured on the comics. I don't think so.
I think S.H.I.E.L.D.'s part of it. Look, it's not my expertise, so I can't. I thought all of it just tied in. But yeah, that's cool. You look, the reason why I bring this up, so this is Marvel's newest superhero that's a Filipino. But did you know there's actually an existing Filipino in Marvel? So she's not the first. She's the newest Marvel who happens to be Filipino. But there's actually already an existing...
Like in Avengers. There's already one.
There's an existing... And they're Filipino. Have you heard of... Check the desktop feed if you can. The Triumph Division.
Who is that?
Dude, I didn't realize how big the Marvel universe is. They got Marvel Asia Division.
Wait, I
The
think.
Triumph Division were a group consisting of Philippines' finest superheroes.
Ah.
What the hell is this? The reason I found this is because I looked at that article of Wave, and what powers do they have? One can make rice real quick. He's got one's got some
That's being racist.
one's got some spam, and you just.
That's being racist.
It's not racist when I'm Filipino.
Hey, but some sort of racism.
After providing the Philippines with invaluable assistance during the crisis caused by a tsunami,
Vinegar superheroes.
the Triumph Division were honored with a statue of Plaza de Roma at the public ceremony during which the members of the Triumph Division were commended.
Wow.
So I guess they're kind of their enemy is natural disasters, which is the Hey, look at this official team name, Pangkat ng Tagumpay.
What does that mean?
I don't actually know.
Oh, I thought you spoke.
I speak Tagalog, but I don't know what that means. This is gonna be our problem. You hear that, guys? That's that East London shit.
I think this microphone might not pick it up like entirely.
It's okay.
Just gonna have a.
Capture the ambiance.
Yeah, it's the ambiance. Until we have a proper studio.
Check this out. I want to read their stats real quick because I'm geeking out over this.
Oh.
You know when you're a kid, right? And you look
Yeah.
for someone to relate to.
So you feel right now you're relating.
No, you know, like kids, like when Black Panther came out, Black kids,
Mm-hmm.
or Black Panther, was it Black Panther? Mm-hmm. Then Black kids finally had a superhero. Like all this time, all they've seen is Superman. All they've seen is
White
Iron Man,
superheroes.
and even with Disney characters. I'm gonna segue real quick after this about something
Mm-hmm.
else. But this, you know, I've never looked up to superheroes. Maybe this is why I always go for the villains, because I'm just like, you know what? Villains don't discriminate. Villains are villains. They're just bad to the core. But now, I'm looking up to these Filipino characters. Look at these guys. Status, active. Identity, public. Universe, they're in Earth 616. What is that?
Earth 616.
I don't want to get into it. Can't be bothered. Base of operation, Triumph Hall, and in the Manila, Philippines. There's actually 5 of them. There's St. George,
St. George.
Mighty Mother, Anitun 2, Wishing Man 2, Great Mongoose, damn son, and Fighter 1.
I had no idea this happened.
Hey, their ally is Iron Man. They're affiliated with Iron Man. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Look, I wanted to segue real quick because this just jotted my memory of something that kind of, we might piss off a few people, but at least we're honest. With the whole being young and identifying with certain characters, like you grew up to know this character is this, like Superman is this, you know, white kids can relate to Superman. Is that a fair case? Or do you think anyone can just relate to Superman?
No, anyone should.
Anyone
be
can
able
relate.
To relate
It
to
shouldn't be a
Superman.
race thing. Look, I'm not racist, and I'm gonna be really careful how I word this. I hope I don't say anything, because sometimes I just say things without thinking.
I get what you mean, but I don't think that like every single kid here, like no matter their
Yeah.
race or their nationality,
It
did
shouldn't.
grow
It
up
shouldn't.
with Superman.
But it shouldn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
No, it
like
doesn't.
like any ethnic, like Asian, yellow, Asian, black,
Wow.
Spanish. They can like Superman. Superman's for everyone. It's not like
Yeah.
only this certain type can like this character. But what I'm saying, the funny thing about bringing something like this, it's like when Black Panther came out. It finally gave someone like of a different color to be like, hey, they're a bit more like me. I like that guy, kind of thing.
Well, look, it's kind of like why we love Mulan. Well, how Asian girls love Mulan.
Mulan, because they can like. It's
Well,
like finally we have someone that's
yeah.
and Mulan's about the Asian culture.
The Asian
She's
culture,
a
she
samurai.
has to get married, she has to have kids, and then how she's basically saying, no, I don't want that. I want to fight for my country. And it could happen. Like, you never know.
This is why I want to bring this up, and it's going to be a bit of a race thing. I know you brought up something about Mulan before, but with Ariel, how they're looking to cast her
Oh, no.
as a black,
No.
as a black African American. I don't even know if it's African American, a black person to play Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So no, you don't think it's a thing.
No, only because it's supposed to be a remake, right? So
Yeah.
they're supposed to make what we know of the Disney movie. And
Yeah.
I never watched Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
not even the cartoon.
Yeah. So that
But-
bothers you. That's like that's a no-go. It shouldn't be.
No, it doesn't bother me because of the race that was chosen or that they're thinking of going with. I just think it doesn't fit the whole
Doesn't make
criteria
sense.
of
Yeah, yeah.
remaking a Disney movie. Like every single movie, if you think about Lion King, Aladdin, they all tried to make it the same, except just with a little spin-off. Like Maleficent was a bit of a spin-off of Sleeping Beauty. But I think The Little Mermaid was supposed to be not the exact replica, but they tried not to make a spin-off out of it, because that would be a spin-off then.
I kind of get what you're saying. Like a remake, there's not really a rule to a remake. So for one, I'll give you an example. Scarface. This is like going left field because it's a gangster movie. But the original Scarface, it was black and white, and I think it was more based on like the American gangsters type thing, like yeah, she with the hat, the black and white with the Tommy guns. The original Scarface was that, but they took that storyline and built it to what it is, the current one with Al Pacino, and now they've completely changed it. Now he's Cuban. Oh no, he's not Cuban.
He's Cuban.
Is it Cuban? Yeah, it's from Cuba. And so he's got a different accent, different upbringing, so completely different, but the sort of same storyline, like the rise and the fall.
Like, I get
And
that,
now,
like,
wait, let me just finish. And now they're looking to remake Scarface again, but now, because obviously in more recent times, it's more to do with like the Colombians, so I think they're going to make it like the drug trade. Same story, same like, yep, still Tony Montana, still, I don't know if they changed the name or whatever, but it's still branded as Scarface. Now, I'm all for like changing movies here and there, remake, whatever. But there's a big uproar with Ariel being played as black. Like it's not.
I think.
And
it's
I'm just challenging you, right? Because I agree as well. Like I think you identify with something already.
Yeah.
And same goes backwards. Let's role reverse real quick. What if Black Panther 10 years down the track and now they cast him as a white dude?
Well, no, that's not going to work.
It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense.
Because there is a
Like, that character is
there's a
so-
storyline. There's a look. Let me pick another movie. I can't really relate to The Little Mermaid because I haven't even watched the cartoon, so I can't really say anything. But let me backtrack to how Mulan and the trailer just recently came out. She's actually Asian, which is fine, but the original person they wanted to cast was Scarlett Johansson.
I need to stop you right there. But with Mulan,
So
okay, she's Asian, right?
she's Asian.
Mulan is Asian. But what about Ariel? She's fish.
Yeah, I get that. Look, like I'm just saying, if you think about, okay, if I was a little girl and then I watched Little Mermaid and I saw
be
her
confused.
a certain way,
Yeah.
I'd be so confused. And look, and not to be mean, but I cannot picture an African American with like having ginger hair.
But it might not be gingerhead. It just might be like she's just, you know.
I'm just thinking how you grow up, especially watching Disney.
Yeah.
Like you need to have some sort. You idolize a certain like character, right? And then when you watch the movie, it's like Lion King. How you were like, oh, they didn't even have the coconut song. Like little things like that.
I don't know if it's more
That
about that.
you-
Like that's different. That's just bad production or bad
Well,
remake.
that's
kind of
just
thing.
me.
I think
I
it's
think I'm
more.
just
I think the
idolizing
argument
a
is more so
character.
the argument. Yeah. Look, what do you guys think? I don't know. This
It
is
is
all.
up
This
for
is all. This is
debate.
all just all over the place now. I don't know what we're trying to get at with this topic, but
You think
I'm
it's
just trying to like just to put it in simpler terms. Like if suddenly, I can't even think. Like if Superman became black, or if Batman became black or Asian. I don't know. I just say like any. It doesn't matter. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't think it's about like I don't think the focus
doesn't
is
make
on the
sense.
race because it's
Well,
not my
if
focus.
the, if,
I actually
if the
have
focus isn't the race, then it shouldn't matter. Then it shouldn't matter that she's a black.
yes, but it's
Ariel.
more so
But more
how
visual.
the character is fitting
Yeah,
and how
yeah.
how girls grew up. And I'm not talking about the generation now of little girls. I'm talking because they didn't grow up with it, but my generation that grew up with Disney princesses. We see Mulan as Mulan. We see, like Sleeping Beauty as being blonde. And we see Cinderella as being blonde with blue eyes. Like, we idolized all those characters and princesses the way they are. Princess and the Frog, she was the first Disney princess to be African American. And I could not picture a white person, for example.
That's true.
playing her.
Reverse that way.
That's just for me.
I'm gonna stop there. This is gonna keep going. I already feel it. Comment below what you think. Do you think this is no, yes, no, Ariel, black? Who knows? I want to stop there, just in case.
All right. You've got your stopwatch on.
But look, this all stemmed from the Filipino Avengers, and I'm just saying, like, it's cool to, have some superheroes I can relate to, despite what kind of powers they have. Cooking rice, chucking spam.
That's very limited.
There's another article I found. I think it's just gonna be a bit of fun to look at, and I think we'll stop there with the articles because I collate all these articles thinking we're just gonna spend 5 minutes, have a laugh, and move on, but we obviously don't, and end up in a whole tangent of shit. But since we've been on a roll on Amazon lately, like I said, we got this Focusrite, this mixer, amplifier, whatever. I'm gonna put some links below if you guys are interested in this setup. I'm not into the whole review, unboxing type videos. It's not my forte. I reckon you'd get more value checking out other YouTube channels. So I'm going to put some links down below for you. You can make your own decision. But Amazon. We've been pumping Amazon. Well, I have been lately. I got this little headphone splitter. I got another mic cord.
Yeah.
All this stuff. I love it. I'm thinking of leaving some reviews. So that's a great segue to these. What's this? 15 Amazon reviews that are both informative and entertaining.
Is that a photo of a coffin? Like,
I guess so. Let's find out what it is. Should we go? If they're funny, we'll go through all 15. If it's kind of lame, like first 5, that's it. We'll just go into the main topic. Okay, let's have a look. Either way, what's this?
but what is it for though?
Wait. This is what
product?
I don't know if these right. If you're not, I'm gonna try and explain what these are. Oh no, that's the coffin. Sorry. So this is the coffin. Okay. So 5 stars. So it either works great or she's dead.
Oh my god, I don't know how to feel about this.
Bought it from my mother-in-law. I haven't heard anything from her since I plugged it in. So it either works great or she's dead. Okay, that's okay.
but what is it?
A coffin.
Like, you can buy coffins on Amazon?
I don't know. Good thing it doesn't vibrate. My wife loves this thing. Wait, if it vibrated, I would be divorced. What is it?
Is it a printer?
Is it an aircon? I don't know. Why aren't they telling what these are? This is confusing. My wife loves this thing, and for that reason, so did I. Seeing the pure joy in her eyes was rivaled only by things like our wedding day and our children's births. As time has gone by, though, I'm beginning to suspect that she loves it more than she loves me. She spends all the time with it. And she's not using it. She's talking about it. She's taken to snuggling in it in bed. When I came home from work the other day, it was sitting in my chair on the dinner table. My children call it daddy. I was getting tired of it and tried to confront it, but my dog started snarling at me. It's too late for me, but you've been warned. This machine is a home wrecker.
What
What
is
is
it
it?
though? Like a toaster? Here, let me have a look.
Okay, this is shit.
No,
I'm gonna look at one more, and then this article's a fail. I'd like to, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, I'd like to explain what it is. It looks like a scanner or
It's
something.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock. It looks like a scanner, or at first I thought it was an aircon. This is lame.
Or like a printer?
And this is getting way off topic. We're not even talking about anything travel or living in London. So I do apologize. One more review on Amazon. There you have it. I put rice in it. I put water in. I turn on the rice cooks. I eat. I happy. I satisfied. End. But what? What?
It's a rice cooker.
But where's the freaking rice cooker? There's no picture.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I gotta be real. I'm not. This is lame.
I'm only laughing because it's so lame.
It's so lame. This is so lame. Okay, wait. One more article. Just because that was.
Are
shit.
you gonna cut this whole thing Amazon out?
No, I'm
or-
not gonna cut it out.
No?
It's
Okay.
raw.
All right.
We got to keep it real for the audience. You guys got to know that we don't edit. Whatever happens stays. I'll edit if it's boring, but we'll see. I
At
found
least
this.
I laughed.
Yeah, different humor, I guess. I didn't laugh at all. I thought that was lame. North Korea's Hotel of Doom, the tallest abandoned building in the world. There's a video. Should we watch it? Yeah, let's watch it. Oh, it's a rally against Donald Trump. Nah, we don't need to watch that. Let's just look at this tower. In 1987, ground was broken on a brand new hotel in North Korea's capital, Pyongyang. The pyramid-shaped, super tall skyscraper was to exceed 300 meters in height and was designed to house at least 3,000 rooms, as well as 5 revolving restaurants with panoramic views. The Ryongyong Hotel, named after a historical moniker for Pyongyang, meaning the capital of willows, was supposed to open just 2 years later, but never did. Okay, boring. Whoa!
That's pretty nice.
How is that ugly? That looks cool. It looks like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars.
Yeah, or like a jet that is about to fly and just kill people.
Or a Star Destroyer from Star Wars.
Or a Star Destroyer. All right. It's a Star Destroyer.
Look
then.
how cool it is. People don't like this.
That's pretty cool.
It's abandoned, and they say they Photoshop it out of pictures because they don't like it. I'm like,
It's actually nice.
dude, look how cool
It's
that is. It looks like a super weapon.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I reckon, because North Korea, they're saying it's nothing. It's just it's abandoned. We shouldn't have built it.
But they're probably using
It's a
it
weapon,
for other
bro.
stuff.
It's weaponized, 100%. If our podcast gets
All right,
shut
you
down,
heard it.
North Korea's on us.
You heard it first, live on the podcast.
Live and direct, y'all.
That there might be a weapon
Damn son.
that they're not telling us about.
Dude, I want to talk about North
He's
Korea one
predicted
day.
the future.
Because I do have a guest in mind that I want to bring here who's been to North Korea. So I'm just going to plant that seed and put it out to the universe. But I feel like that's something I want to talk about in a future episode. But anyways, before we get into the rest of the show, just a quick plug for you guys. If you're listening, Where in the World podcast. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and on our Anchor website, which is anchor.fm/Where in the World. If you have any questions, any answers you need, any itching questions that you need answered, travel related, hit us up. Comment below, send a voice message. It's on the Anchor website. And we'll get back to you live on this show. We've got a few submissions coming in already, but we're going to pick and choose ones that we can make really cool topics out of. So do join in. It's a community for expats, travel enthusiasts, and anyone curious about possibly moving abroad. We're also on Instagram. I keep forgetting to plug it. The Instagram is basically Where in the World podcast. Any of the pictures there will relate to episodes that come out. So join in the fun. Comment, like, all that jazz. Follow us. We'll follow back because we're on that early stage of just, connecting. Yeah. Okay.
Ba-bam.
I wanted to ask you, don't look at my screen because then it'll give away the topic.
Is it another Amazon review?
Only you guys can see it. Actually, no, I'm going to hide that as well.
Is it another Amazon review?
All right, I wanted to talk. We've had some bad luck lately.
Yeah.
I've had a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's more you.
I had a lot of bad luck. It was pretty bad. But I recovered. And what came out of it? This podcast. Look what we've manifested.
And that's a really good thing. And
It's
that's
a really good thing. It's
turning a bad thing into
positive.
positive.
Really bad situation into something positive. I've felt a lot better than I have in a while. I mean, like, I went from a real low. I went from a high to a real low, and I'm on a real high again.
I think more of a balanced high.
It's more of a balanced high, yeah. I'm thinking with more reasoning. Like, I've come to terms with things. I do a lot of meditation. I've been meditating a lot lately. My day consists of, a bit of a routine, get what I need to do. I've been trying to work out again because I realize working out is very important. But you're very right when you say balance, because for me, sometimes I will nosedive into something and that's all I'm doing. So prior to losing all my stuff in Norway, all that content, all I was doing was content, and just neglecting everything else. Same as before I left to come to London, all I was doing was gym, gym, gym. All I was thinking of was working out. And I'm thinking that's healthy, but if you're just putting all your eggs in one basket and you're doing just gym, what happens when you don't gym? You just
Well, you just can't.
go down a wormhole again, and then you're
Yeah.
back to where you were. So doing a lot of meditating, I go on the roof, I clear my mind and just, do my thing, accept whatever happens or comes my way will happen. And I've been trying to adapt this mindset. I have you to thank for that, because you seem to be a lot more positive. And I'll tell you why you're a lot more positive, or you're able to process things. I think some of my bad luck trickled over to you. I lost my laptop. If you haven't, I keep reminding everyone, but first episode I talk about how I lose my laptop, had to buy a new one. And then my phone got stolen a week later, right when I bought a new laptop. So it was messed up. And then, I don't think we've told anyone this, a week later, this was only last Saturday, me and Nads over here had a bit of a catch up with some friends. And during a little tipsy stumble, the little phone over here falls out of her hand. Smack on the floor. She's got a phone case, we're not worried. But we lift it up. Half the screen's gone black. At the time, you had a few drinks, so I think you didn't feel it yet. You were still a bit. You're like, shit, but thingo. So at first, I thought it was just maybe because you were drinking, maybe you didn't care. But then you dropped it again.
Yeah, and then we're completely
and then
black.
the other half was gone. So that sucked. And I'm like, in my mind, because I knew how it felt when I lost all my shit, I was just wrapped up over it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Something is shit. Next morning, she's going to feel the same burn. But you kind of just were like, oh, well, it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And just went on with it. So I got to commend you for that. That's really good. And, she's got her phone repaired, which is great.
After a week.
After a week.
So I didn't have a phone for an entire week. I actually felt really good.
This is what I want to talk about. And I want you to talk about this, and we can trade what we've been feeling. We've talked about it before, but it'd be nice to share with the audience. When Nads here dropped her phone, I had my iPhone 6, which practically doesn't work. We had no phone for a week.
Yeah.
We were disconnected from society. And you saying that you felt good, I think a lot of what has to do with my anxiety being lifted is not having a phone.
Yeah. I think with me as well, like, you know how the next morning you were scared that I was going to be like, oh, crap. I think it's more because it's bad. Yeah, it's going to cost money. But, you know me, I just I don't like to waste too much of my time just sort of being in a warm hole, and I can't do anything else. Like, as long as I'm still here living and breathing, I can make things and I can still go to work.
It could be worse.
Like, it could be worse. You know, I could be dead. That
is very true.
Or, you know, so many worse things could happen. A phone, you can buy it again. Like, it's going to be a hit. Yeah. Mind you, this was a hit.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't talk to me about hits.
Like, I know it was hits.
But I was like, because we're a team with this. So you losing your phone, I'm like, that's a hit for the team. Because my losses, pretty much your losses, because, you know, if I'm losing income or whatever, it affects our livelihood, because we've got a partnership here. And then when you drop yours, I'm like, shit, what is it?
If anything, the first thing I thought was, I can't take photos. Yeah, and I can't take boomerangs for my recipes, for my business. I can't do certain things. But the one thing, to go back to your question, that I didn't miss, and not to say I don't want to talk to people, but it just felt good to be disconnected for a little bit.
Detox.
And, you know, like, we both had we got so many things done that weekend.
This is what I want to tell you. Like, this experience, I always dabbled on the idea of, for a YouTube video when I was vlogging, I was thinking of what would be a cool like a YouTube themed video that I could use to maybe get hits. All I was thinking about was how do I get some views, likes. The experiment was to not have a phone for, I don't know, a week or a month. Now, that experiment kind of did it out of, because we had to.
Yeah, we
Like
had
out of
to.
no choice. Like we literally, she lost, her phone got broken and mine just doesn't work well. I still don't hardly use my phone. And the funny thing is, we didn't document it. We just took it as it was. That week was interesting because that week that I had no more phone, I started this podcast and my productivity was through the roof, as in editing the videos, putting out the content, cutting it all up. I realized how much time is wasted just aimlessly browsing on nothing. And I know this stuff because the thing is, I'm obviously trying to study not the key or like what's the trick to hack the internet, but it's in front of us. It's obvious like what these social media platforms are designed for. They're designed to keep the user on the platform because that's how they make money. Like the longer you are, it's almost kind of messed up, but that's what the business is.
Yeah.
And
Like I realized, and look, I still do it. Like now that I've got my phone again, like I'm sort of back on the stories and things like that. Because you do want to know what your friends are up to,
Yeah.
and comment on their trips, etc., etc. And you want to show what to the world as well what you're doing. But not having a phone, like for example,
you can still do it though.
yeah, no, I know. But what I was trying to say is that, like, yeah, I didn't feel that, oh, I'm just spending an hour scrolling on Instagram for no reason. And I'm actually doing work. I'm not being distracted. I'm not grabbing my phone. Even if sometimes I would have no notifications and I would just open Instagram just for
Just
the
to
sake
see
of it.
and just to like. And you know what it is? It's almost like it's a real thing. I really do believe social media is the new heroin. It's the new, like it's so addictive when you think about it. Like you said there, I have no notifications. What do? You browse. You
Yeah.
like a few things. You'll comment on a few things. Why do we comment? Because we want a response.
Yeah.
It's all
And you
it's
feel
all
like
a cycle.
and if you feel like you don't have anything, you're like, oh, I'm feeling a bit useless today. People don't think about me, kind
This
of
thing,
thing.
I don't even have my phone on me because it's over there. It's dead. It's, oh my God, the power of the phone, of what it can do. Like it's designed to keep you, because it's targeted almost. Like that's what the algorithms are designed for. The machine is trying to work out what is it that you like and trying to give you the best content possible. And while that's still in the process, it's still early. The internet's new. It's still being optimized to a degree. But you realize, just have an experiment to yourself. Get your phone out, get on Instagram and scroll. Tell me right now if you literally stop for everything that you see. Like the
Yeah,
first
there's always
10.
something.
But do you stop for all of it?
No.
And that's what I mean. So the thing is, this is what I think the issue is. There's nothing wrong with social media. It's the best. It's like how it's like improved our lives is amazing. What you can do with it, right? But the issue is, it's all distraction. It's basically everything, friends, family, businesses, everything trying to get your attention, and it's ad after ad. And when I say ad, I mean like content after content. It could be someone's picture of a dog, it could be someone's business, it could be someone's wedding, and they're all fighting for your attention to get a response. And half the time, most of that stuff we don't care about. We're trying to find something that we like. So majority of the time that we're actually on social media is just scrolling nothing until we find something we like.
Yeah.
I think the key, not the key, but like what I've realized, taking the phone out of the equation, because I do want to get an upgraded phone again, because I need it. It's so slow. Like it's actually worked in a negative way and a positive way for me. Negative is I'm not as productive on my Instagram on that front end for my business. But on the positive, because I've taken that off, instead of me waiting for people to shove content in my face, I look for the content that I need. So when I'm on my laptop, and this is why I don't really treat YouTube as a social media. You can get lost in a wormhole in YouTube as well. That's your preference if you let that happen to yourself. But when I'm on YouTube and I need valuable piece of information that'll help me in what I'm doing, I go straight to it, watch it, done, apply it to what I'm doing. And that's how I've been able to just create all this stuff and just have, I'm like, where did all this time come from? Like, how did I get so much time to do this? I worked out the other day. Before Norway, you remember I was sleeping at 3 every night? Because I was just constantly browse thinking I'm doing productive stuff. Just because on social media, because I associate social media with what I do, I think I'm working while I'm doing it, but really I'm not. I want to get to a level, well, I think I'm purposely not upgrading my phone just so I can optimize the way I harness it.
Yeah, but
So when I do get it back, I don't fall back in that same pattern that I used to.
so because you do want to get an upgraded phone, right? So
Eventually.
and right now, this is sort of like a forced situation. So almost like a forced,
It's forced,
like
yeah.
productivity and like a new habit.
Yeah.
But the question is, would you keep that habit of not in unnecessarily browse
If I get a phone.
if you get a phone?
Look, I'm already worried because you know what? I'll tell you right now.
Because you've upgraded, you've
No.
updated your phone and it's faster.
I didn't update that. It did it by itself overnight.
Yeah.
So, bit of context for you guys. I'm using an iPhone 6. It's my backup phone. I had an iPhone 10. That's the one that got stolen a couple weeks ago. So obviously I've been forced to use this phone. It's like exactly the same as how I left it. And it wasn't updated. It could barely open. I couldn't do Insta stories. Remember it wouldn't load? Now it's had an upgrade and it's working at a reasonable rate. I'm like, wow, it's actually a good phone. It still works. That's a test for me now. And like it's there, it's dead. I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. But it's been
I think you're
2-3
doing
days.
okay.
And I know I'm making a big deal out of this whole social media thing, but I think it's a real problem. And some people don't realize it, like how much time we spend on these things.
Well, before I had my Instagram account again, I went on a detox. Like I didn't have one for months and months.
Yeah.
And then I just realized, okay, well, instead of taking photos of the meal, okay, I'm eating the meal. Okay, now I do need it because I do need to promote my food.
Yeah, but
so that's a different
with
story.
the reason now. Yeah.
But things like you go to a concert, how many people actually watch the concert through their camera instead of watching the
watching it, yeah.
actual concert and
There's a lot
spending
of things.
times with their friends,
Yep.
enjoying the concert? Or how many times as soon as you've got a notification, like Black Mirror just recently, remember that episode?
Yeah, the third episode in the final
Yeah, the
season.
guy's being angry basically in a snapshot because he killed his wife because he got a notification and went straight away to his phone. It's quite extreme, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Remember you get a notification, bang.
Mm.
So maybe, because what I do, so I'm very slow on like giving responses to people as well sometimes
Yep.
because I just put my phone away. I don't
Yeah.
think about my phone. And unless like I really have to, then I think
Well,
about
it worked for me being in a forced situation. How about no phone? That's the best way.
Or even, you know what? Even better.
What?
Next level. If you were to upgrade your phone, but not have Instagram notifications popping up.
No, that's not gonna. You know my issue. I do. You know what I do when I know
Would
it.
you do that?
No, I already did that before. It doesn't work. It's a habit. It's like an addiction. If I can relate it to something, it's a real addiction. And then when you get back on the wagon of constantly be on your phone, you've relapsed. Because I tell you right now, there was times I have an iPhone 10 before. I delete all the Facebook,
Yeah,
the
but
I
you-
delete the apps, but then I'll find a way. I'll go on the web version on Safari. I'm back, and then I'm doing the same shit, and I feel like no, it's okay because it's more effort to go into the web page. I'm still doing the same shit. I'm still browsing, and eventually I cave and get all the apps again. I have these stints where I'm constantly on. I realize I'm doing it too much, then I disappear. I go cold turkey. I'm like, I can't. It's too much.
Well, I have an
killing me.
idea.
What?
And then I don't know if you want to do it and then talk about it like afterwards.
Yeah.
In like an episode. You could potentially, okay, let's say whether it is with this phone or your next phone,
Yeah.
instead of going cold turkey, like literally just manage it, not have your notifications and only allow yourself like an hour of browsing.
This is exactly what I was gonna conclude to. So my aim is to eventually get to a point where I'm in full control of my social media. Like I will only go on my phone for an hour a day.
An hour or two. The
Look,
thing
it's
is as
easier
well.
said than done though.
No, I know that. And because I'm also a victim of it, except that I try and manage it. Because the thing is, the best thing to do with anything you're addicted to is to try and balance it while you're still using it. Because going cold turkey makes you miss it. Then
Withdrawals.
yeah, and then you go back into it. Well, okay,
Full blown,
take
yeah.
take my example of my dad. My dad was a heavy smoker. Smoked like every day. Then how he quit smoking was he literally lit up a cigarette, watched it like just sort of evaporate on its own, and then thought, okay, I'm not gonna smoke again. So how he
Okay, wait. How do I use that example to? I make it sound like I'm an addict. I'm not addicted
not
to
an
phones, but like,
addict, but sort of okay. You know the screen time that you've got,
yes,
right?
I ignore
Which
it.
you ignore.
I ignore it all the time.
Don't ignore it.
You know the screen time, how it comes up after you've used it too many, like you've used up
ignored
your.
it.
You know mine. It was so bad that it would happen before 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like that shit only should come up at least near the end of your day. Mine would come up before lunch, and I'm like, have I been on that long?
Because it's basically telling you that it's been too much.
Yeah,
Because
but I
you're-
ignore it.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm not, because I think I'm doing something that matters with this. Yeah, it's just my management of time with it.
But I
It's a
think what you were
waste.
doing while you had that forced situation of not checking your phone as often and literally going on Instagram or your social media platforms to be like, okay, I need this. So I'm going on it. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes, hours on it. That's it. I don't touch on it. Then you work on your laptop.
Yeah, and then do my
Do your
actual
thing.
work. Like I've sourced the information I need. You know the way I see it? With Instagram, you're putting out information, but you should have like a leisure time. And what
Leisure
I
time.
mean about leisure time, right? I've just made this up. I just thought about this. Your leisure time will be like where you can just, all right, world, social media world. This is your moment. This is your window where you throw shit at me, and whatever comes, and if I like it or if it's something I'm willing to give attention to, then I will. And then you close off that. When you go back to your work, you can still use social media, but now it's got to be targeted. So if like I need a how-to video for this, I need to know this article for this thing that I'm going to write about. That's the main difference. I need to hunt for this type of, I don't know, these types of visuals for a project I'm doing. You know what I mean? Target your social media use. Or if like you can still use social, like being social, but target it in a way like if you're posting, like post it, just post for the sake of it. Post with intent. Like you're trying to do something with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, look, if anything, Instagram, before becoming this huge social media platform that everyone's addicted to now, used to be just an app that allowed you to post your photos. It used to be just about the photos. It never used to be about the hashtags. It never used to be about the stories. Now Instagram has taken over Snapchat because Snapchat was just the stories.
Oh, yeah. And they took over Vine, too. Remember
Yeah.
Vine? Yeah.
So now Instagram, everyone wants to watch each other's stories.
Yeah.
And you just keep flicking. And I think it's also the fact that you don't want to miss out. You don't want to be FOMO to not know what your friends are up to and to not know. And it's like, and if you don't know, it's like, hey, you had fun on this and it looks fun.
You know
Like-
what? That's a good little segue away that you brought up there. I don't know about you, because I'm a victim of that. 100% victim of the FOMO. Oh, dude, no, for sure. There was a time that I controlled it, and I think the biggest one for me was just leaving. So when I left, right, and I first came here, I was disconnected from pretty much everything. Like all I had was really my social media, but I didn't pay attention to it for that reason. I was like, oh. But when you sort of like just don't pay attention to what's going on outside, it sort of alleviates anxiety and depression. And I think losing my phone, well, I just don't know what's going on. So how can I be upset about it? There's no point. There's like
That whole week, I didn't have a phone.
Nothing.
I only talked to you through Google Gmail.
yeah.
Telling you, like, we're talking about
Yeah.
the day, then telling you, okay, I'm going home now. But literally, I go to work, I do my thing, I do my business. I literally
Same
just
with me.
Yeah.
I
there's-
edited my podcast, and then the fun part is we don't talk as much. We'd talk because we have like each other's work emails, so we're still in contact, but not as much because as if we're gonna talk that much on work emails. When we meet, it makes the the interaction more, like
bit
new,
better.
like, hey, like, what'd you
Well,
get up to, or thing.
yeah.
You know what I wanted to touch on? I thought we were like getting too far from the topic because we got a bit too much into the social media. What I really enjoyed about our 1 week of no social media was just back to the basics. When we tried to go to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
we had a dinner the other night with two other friends, Maggie Chow Pow and Vin Dog. And the funny thing is, she had no phone. We could only talk through email, and by the time she finishes, she's gonna meet us at the restaurant. I still had a phone, so I met up with our friends, and she was in the process of getting hers fixed at the Apple Store. So you had to go to the Apple Store.
Yeah.
That was some straight Stone Age shit. Because you literally had to log in to like an Apple computer to email me to say that you were late. I was like, literally, we got to the restaurant and then we had to sit downstairs. This is the second time I've been to this restaurant and I didn't know there was a downstairs. My first worry, like small things that we wouldn't really think about, was like, shit, when she gets here, she might think we've left because we're not going to be here and she doesn't know there's a downstairs. So every 5 minutes, I'd actually go up and down. And you didn't know this part. And you know how you said I didn't respond to your email or whatever? There was no reception downstairs. So
Yeah, I
like,
did get your email afterwards.
and I couldn't really call you. Like, what would I call you about? Like, you didn't have anything. You left work already, so you don't have access to your work email. When I went upstairs to check for the second time to see if she was arriving or like if she was just outside, I get an email and I'm like, oh shit, she's emailed me from the Apple Store. And I'm thinking like, I hope she's still at the Apple Store because I'm telling her, yeah, we're here now.
We're downstairs.
We're downstairs, by the way, in case you're late. Small things like that. And even like,
I was already on the tube at the time, but like as soon as I got there,
but you finally had your phone, by then? Oh,
no, I
yet.
didn't.
Yeah.
I just got in and I said, oh, my friend's already here, but I can't see them here. He's like, check downstairs. I didn't even know there was a downstairs, but it was the waiter.
See, that was just luck. But I'm just saying, even the first... I shouldn't have ate a chocolate. It's going to be bad for the podcast. I really wanted it. I've been holding it the whole time. The first time we went out for dinner, same restaurant.
We didn't have a phone.
I'll tell you right now, these are the hurdles that we faced. We didn't know how to get there. We didn't have Google Maps. We looked it up before on our laptops. Like, yeah, okay, we know where that is. Then we kind of fluked it. We got the bikes. We parked to the closest bike stand that we thought where the store may be. And then we kind of had to literally... We looked at a sign. No one looks at signs these days.
No,
you know the
I
sign
remembered...
next to the bike stand?
Yeah.
We looked at that to see where the street was.
Where the street was, yeah.
We finally got it and we're like, wow, we found it. Shit like... That should be easy for a normal person.
Well, you use your instincts rather than looking at Google
Use your
Maps.
instincts. And we finally get to the restaurant. The next thing is we're looking at the menu now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's all in Chinese type food.
Yeah.
And like they're not popular Chinese dishes. Like I don't know if if they have separate names for them. But we're reading it and we're like, I don't know what's what. Like I don't know what this actual meal is. So now we can't even Google.
We can't even Google it. We don't know what we're ordering. But we had to ask the waitress, which at the end, like, that's what you do. You end up having to talk to people
Interaction.
to ask. Because then I had to ask that waiter, hey, my friends are here, but I can't see them on the first floor. And then he told me, oh, there's a downstairs. Check downstairs.
I'll tell you a funny story. When me, Maggie, and Vin went to the restaurant, and then they're obviously, sit downstairs. I went to the waitress. I'm like, oh, my girlfriend's coming, but she might not know there's a downstairs. It's like, all right, don't worry, I'll tell her and just send her a message. She's like, no, she has no phone. I had to give them a pic. I didn't even have a picture of you on my phone because that's my old phone.
Oh, you have a picture.
It's my old phone.
That's another topic.
I had this phone before you. What are you talking about? So Vin had to go into WhatsApp to find your DP. And it's like, this is her. If you see, if you see this girl,
you guys are the best.
She's with us, so tell her to come downstairs. And she's like, okay. I didn't trust her. I didn't think she was looking, so that's why I kept going up.
I talked to the guy. He probably didn't know, but
Yeah, so it was a girl that I initially showed the picture.
I could imagine the whole challenge.
Yeah, we're like, is she coming or not? Like,
Well, because
we didn't know if you were coming or not. You were late.
after I sent the email, And because the guy at the Apple store was like, okay, I can get your phone repaired. You can pick it up in the next like 45 minutes. It's like, I could pick it up tonight, or I could actually meet you guys and not be that late, because by the time I actually get there, you guys will be done eating. So there's no point of me. I would just go home. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to meet you guys. I sent the email at 7:30, taking the Central Line. That's why I got there by 8.
Interesting.
I was like, because that's what you have to do, right? Back in the day, like if you're on MSN and you're like, hey, I'll meet you at at the
Meet you at the
bakery
post
or whatever.
office. Meet you at the yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously, all right, be there in 10. You had no excuse to be late. You could not be late.
If you were late, it's like they're gone.
That's it. So you had to.
Interesting topic, dude.
Does it change your habit now? Like, does it make you not want to be late now? Because I'm always the last one. I'm always late. Maybe it makes me think.
It's an interesting topic.
Yeah, better than Amazon.
Well, overall, that was a crap topic. I guess to conclude what we're talking about, there's no conclusion to this one. It's more of a statement, more of an experience.
I think that we shouldn't say no to phones or no to social media, but we should
it's not about
control it.
no, but it's.
But
I think there's a lot more to learn.
It's always about balance anyway.
And it's a bigger problem than what we realize or make it out to be, because it is.
I think the whole procrastination came from technology and phones and social media. Procrastinating, because I would sit
You can
on
use
the
it.
couch.
You can use it to work for you or against you, because it's
Yeah.
the master of non-productivity. Like literally, I've probably wasted days of just done nothing, and I'm just like, what the fuck did I do today? But there's days now that I think it's the phone. The phone is the problem. Like my laptop, I feel, like there's only so much you can browse, and then eventually you're just like, all right, I'm actually gonna do something here because all the stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah. You're actually doing things, you're working. I think if you were to think about a conclusion, it would be okay, if you've got something to do, is to try and steer away from losing time, just like, browsing unnecessarily. I just think it's just a balance,
Do you believe it's all about the balance? I can agree. It is balance.
It is balance for
It is something
everything.
we're working on, and it's good to voice these opinions out. I think we should wrap it up there because it's a good topic, and I think if we start another thing, it's going to be too much. Tell us what you think. Have you ever had a social media detox? Do you think you need a social media detox? Do these experiences resonate with you? Let's start a conversation about this, because I don't know. I feel really good having no phone. Like, a lot of good has come from it. And maybe it's the fact that I've changed my perception of things, my perspectives, if you may. The last topic I wanted to talk about was your food thing, but it's not really finished yet.
It's
Do you want
not
to talk about
finished.
it? We got another 20 minutes, so we can just keep talking.
Okay.
We can touch on it. Because
Well,
the reason why I wanted to talk about your food is because we went today to eat out. We were dabbling on because I've been home for a week. If you don't know, I'm a bit of a hermit crab. I don't go out. I've been engulfed in this whole podcast thing, so I haven't had the need to really go out. Plus, work's been slow, so I haven't been needing to go to the office. But I was like, I really kind of want to go out to eat, like
have
just
a bit
to
of a
just
Saturday
atmosphere,
brunch.
just to get out of the house. And I think we went to, where did we go? What was it called?
We went to Vision's Canteen.
Vision's Canteen.
That's all because, Michelle sent me this post ages ago.
That's why she said she's been meaning to try it.
Yeah.
She replied to me. Yeah.
And we wanted to go actually to that brunch place right after yoga last Sunday, except that we couldn't make it because we were hungover.
Yeah.
But I wanted to try that dish and they didn't even have it today. So that was already disappointment with number one.
Okay, that sucks.
Then second, the sandwich was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the whole fact that I can cook makes me critic every single thing.
Yeah.
And makes me think that for this amount of money that we spent, which was £29.
Was that £29?
Yeah, that was £29. Coffees.
So 2 tiny ass, bitch ass coffees. I got a banh mi
Bang me, which
with
was
bacon.
quite decent.
It was okay.
It was decent.
It was all right. It was okay.
Yeah, but for
I
that
don't want to
price,
give it for that. It was £10. How much was yours?
It was £7.
How much was this coffee? Like £4 coffee?
Yeah, you make money from that, and that's why this whole £29. I was like, that's a whole week's of groceries for me. Like that's
To give you guys insight, because this is like reeling it back to being, relocation, travel, not travel, more like London living advice. Money, fuck, food.
money.
Food is expensive in London if you eat out. As a perfect example, we went out today, spent £29 on a meal that she could easily make. So Nadine's pursuing a cooking career, a business that we're going to talk about soon. But essentially, this is a really good analogy that I have. And we talked about this over lunch earlier today. Because for me, when I used to make music, when I used to rap or whatever, I used to like Will Smith when I started. As a kid, I was like, I really like Will Smith, getting jiggy with it, Men in Black, all that. I was like, this guy's a shit. Sonically, I just liked the music. When I learned how to sort of write multi-syllable, bars, punchlines, like really getting into the craft of songwriting, my taste it trickled down to more underground artists like lyricism, Talib Kweli, Common, all that shit. Like Jay-Z back in the day, Nas, Mobb Deep. I could keep going. Big Pun, Big L. Okay, we keep going.
All right.
So Will Smith got pushed to the back. I couldn't enjoy just fun music, just fun rap.
It had to be deep.
It had to be like, nah, that's no. What is this shit? This is lame. This is generic commercial. This is crap, or whatever. I think it's the same parallel with food. The fact that you know your food so well, it's gonna be hard for you to enjoy.
I enjoy things like if we were like, that trip to Italy. And if I was to spend £20 on a plate of pasta, but I'm like, I would never have that pasta again because I can't make pasta. I can't make I can't make that dish.
But your Asian food.
But if I was to have something similar to Asian food, oh, for sure I would critic it to the T. I wouldn't go to Bun 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 again, as much as I love the restaurant.
It's a good restaurant. But she started making Hainan chicken. I love Hainan chicken. There's this Hainan chicken in King's Cross Station that I go for lunch. It's my go-to. I don't have many options. Where I work really central, near King's Cross. There's not many options. It's gotten to a point my only option now is McDonald's because nothing else is that good there. And one of the places I kind of enjoyed, because they had the Hainan chicken special, it's about £8. Ever since you learnt how to cook Hainan chicken, and yours shits on theirs, like it's so much better. It's actually really good. You've just eliminated another. Not in a bad way, but the fact that how much does that cost you to make that Hainan chicken?
I don't know.
Can you
£8.
break it down for the people, our grocery list? We go to Tesco right now. We're going to make some Hainan chicken. What do you buy and how much does it all cost for a meal?
One large chicken.
A whole chicken.
A whole chicken.
Yeah.
It's £4, right?
£4.
It's £4 for one whole chicken.
Like in a bag. Like
it's a whole...
Like a big fat chicken.
It's a large whole chicken, right?
£4. Continue.
£4 for your chicken. You need your ginger and your spring onion. That's about £2.
Each?
No, total.
Total.
So ginger is about $1.50. Your spring onion is about 60 cents. Give or take like £2. So we're at £6. You need your seasoning, which usually you already have at home.
It'll be like leftover seasoning, yeah.
So, okay, give or take, I don't know, like £1 or whatever. So we're at $7.
And I'm talking legit Hainan. You need the rice. You need the sauce.
Yeah, and the rice most likely
soup.
you have at home.
Yeah.
And how you make Hainan chicken is because you use your chicken stock from the chicken. So technically you already have rice at home, so you don't need to buy it. If anything, I bought all the ingredients. It cost me about £7-8, but that lasted us for 2-3 days.
You know what the beauty of having a home cooked meal is? You go to a restaurant, you're limited with what they give you.
Yeah, but then you eat
you
too
have, You have
much.
the portion. Just hold on there. You have the portion, you have your chicken, whatever. With her chicken, unlimited sauce, unlimited herbs. I can get 2 pieces of chicken if I want. I could have the whole chicken if I want.
That's why,
And it's £8 to make all that.
£8.
And we spend £8 per meal, like a little meal.
That's why my groceries, if we're being fancy and I cook pho and all that, our grocery list comes to, all right, 40, 50 pounds. But sometimes on one night setting, you pay £50 to go out. And you're thinking, why? Like, why have I wasted all that money? But it is for the social interaction.
London's expensive, but you pick and choose. You can have a good time here. You can be on a budget, pick and choose your times to go out. You don't have to do.
Home.
I don't drink at bars anymore. That's another thing I want to preach to everyone. Why would you buy at a bar? Like, I get it, you know, like, I don't really have the urge to drink these days, so I could go to a bar and not even drink.
Yeah, but if you were to go out,
I have a drink at home and then I walk.
Yeah.
Or I walk on the way because you're allowed to drink here on the streets. I'll drink in the Uber.
everyone does that because it's
fine.
so expensive and you can't,
It's
like,
so
you already have to pay for entry, etc. But
another thing, because I do want to talk about your business, okay?
Okay.
And I don't want to, like, go way too long. But the thing is, like, another thing that we sort of had a laugh about is like, shit, I could have made this at home. And I remember when we looked at the prices, we're like, this is why these food businesses are making, you reckon they're making bank? Like, they're charging this much for something like this.
yeah, you're making so much.
She ate a piece of bread with a bunch of
Don't break
scrambled
my heart
egg,
again. Break
with
my
a
heart.
bunch of scrambled eggs. And it had like avocado on the side. That was like £10. That would have cost like £2 if it was just us.
We had eggs at home. I just needed to go to Tesco.
You know what? And she was even like, because
I did offer it.
This morning I was like, I want bacon and egg. And like, do you want me to just go get bacon and egg? I was like, no, but I want to go out. I've been home for so long. That was my mistake. But look, I wanted to go out.
Look, and we tried it, so at least I can scrape that place off my list.
It's getting hard, guys. It's getting to the point we're not finding any more places that we want to eat out. We don't even drink out anymore. We don't, like, I know it sounds cheap, but like, yeah. Don't you reckon knowing too much ruins things?
I wouldn't say that because now we're making something out of it.
And that is a perfect segue to why Nads over here has decided to make a business.
Cooking with Nads.
Yeah, let's bring up the webpage real quick. Go tell everyone, what are you planning to do with this?
Well, honestly, actually, it just started because of people really liking my NFC.
What's NFC?
Nadine's Fried Chicken.
So original. I love that.
So, and then they just really, really liked it. And every time we had a party, I would always bring NFC over. I would always say, do you want NFC over? Mm-hmm. And I used to just feed you with my NFC.
This is the one. This is, if anyone can see my feed, this batch, we did this in our old flat. I took that photo.
Open that other batch, actually, the more recent one. And that way I had it added some
By the way, if
herbs.
you're listening, I'm just so you're not missing out, I'm letting you know I'm just showing pictures of the actual chicken. Ooh. You know what? They have this in Shoreditch. Bucks Park, this really funky place down the road from us. There's a place there called Cockfighters. This looks like... Because they've got... What's this again? The Vietnamese...
It's coriander.
Coriander, chilies on top. It's just so simple, right? Little simple... You know what I like about your chicken? It's kind of Asian-y. Mm-hmm. It's like Jollibee styles. It's good.
Yeah, so... And then you were like, oh, why don't you make a business out of it? And then at first it was jokes here and there. But then I realized, I was like...
Just got to do it.
Yeah, I could actually make something out of it because I realized how cheap it was for me to actually make it.
Yeah.
But how much I could charge. Oh, actually, this reminds me. Next to your work, Wing Wing.
Yep.
So I walked past it the other day on the way to meet you when you were at Cafe Nero.
That's another place I can't go because you make chicken. So I feel like shit. I'm like, oh, Wing, do I spend £10 on like 3 wings?
Well, yeah. So they advertised this new thing where they now sell 2 drumsticks, right, for you.
Yeah.
2 drumsticks for £4. That's a whole tray of chicken that I can make.
You know what a meal is in Wing?
What?
After this, I was just pissed off. I never went back. I bought like a chicken meal. You know what the chicken meal is? It's rice and a drumstick.
1 drumstick.
Can you imagine my face?
Oh, yeah. It's so much rice, right? But like 1...
Yeah, but like what the ratio, bro? the ratio, bro.
The 1 drumstick.
I ate it in one go. I was like, oh no, it's just bone.
Yeah, especially knowing you inhale the food.
I inhaled
so you're
the
like,
food.
But
Bloody
yeah,
hell.
so I was like, No, like how could you charge 2 drumsticks for £4? If
You know why? Because they can, and it's London. Because people like
would
us
would
will pay for it.
They'll pay for it. We'll pay for a bit of scrambled eggs with
Can I get some
piece.
bread on, some egg on toast? That'll be £7, please.
yeah, when you can get a whole tray of eggs and a whole tray of bread for less than that. So anyway, my whole point of my business is to try and actually, I'm going to feature recipes
Good food.
of my Vietnamese dishes so that I cook. So I'll be featuring all my recipes on that so that you guys can make it at home. I won't put the recipe for NFC only because, well, that's a secret recipe. And
Ooh, competing with the Colonel, huh?
I'm also a Colonel.
Okay.
I'm the Colonel Nads. Colonel Nads.
You know, you didn't even know who Colonel was until recently.
No, I didn't.
I have a vlog on my YouTube, and I'm like, what did I say? Something about the Colonel. And you're like, who's the Colonel? I'm like, Colonel Sanders. You didn't even know your competitor.
No, you know why? You know why?
Why?
I know I'm going to sound very blonde and dumb right now.
What?
But I thought when you said Colonel, I thought you meant like kernels, like the corn kernels, like the corn, you know, the corn, like corn on the cob, and like you get corn kernels out of it. You know what I mean?
I don't know why you'd think that. That doesn't have
No,
nothing. That has nothing to do with it.
Because and that's the French that comes out of me.
Yeah.
Colonel says in French, colonel. So to
Colonel.
me, I don't know how you spell colonel, so I'm thinking it's another word. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But
fine.
to go back to my food, I'm actually going to trial to cater for parties around London and offices more so.
Yep.
That do sometimes, end of month drinks or anything that they do. And I actually have one coming up soon on the 30th of August at my own work. Shout out to BVCA.
Boom.
So I'll be catering for my colleagues, featuring NFC for the first time for about 30 or so people. So yeah, we're gonna test
Stepping
it out.
up. So we went from first me. I was
First
the
you.
mouse.
Always the guinea pig.
I'm always the mouse. Then we Game of Thrones nights for the friends.
Yeah, so that was about what, 10,
That was
12
a while
people?
ago. And now 30. I'm invested in this journey, and I think you guys should too. It's good. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna keep you guys up to date with that. But the main thing is obviously follow the Instagram page. It's Cookin, COOKIN, with Nads, NADS. Follow the Instagram.
And
It's your website's still in construction, right?
in construction, but we'll be launching.
I think by the time this releases,
Yep.
it'll be up. So what is the website?
My website basically features the recipes.
Or what's the website?
Sorry?
What is the website?
Oh, yes. It will be, www.cooking, this
with
time
a
with a
G?
G,
That's gonna
with
confuse
Nads.
people.
Yeah, I
On
know.
a branding perspective, you wanna hash that out? Because you can have one thing and then one different. Is
Okay.
cooking with who's got cooking? Is that taken? Let's have a look.
It is taken.
By who? Who's this?
Oh, she's not even
Hey,
cooking.
and her name's Nadia.
Oh,
And it's Nino, NN, like you. It's like your European version.
but I don't think she's done anything. You reckon I could speak to,
Hey, let's private message her. You wanna do it?
like, could I grab your Instagram thing?
Do you want me to message her right now?
No,
How do I
what's the
message her?
point?
How do I message her? I reckon you should.
What's the point?
He reckons she should try and negotiate. How about everyone out there message cooking with Nads
But she's not even cooking.
and help us get that domain so all her socials will be up to date. I don't know if I'm allowed to put that person on blast, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
close
no.
that. Okay.
But yeah, so my website will have the recipes as well, and I'm going to talk about my little journey about food and catering.
Stay tuned for that.
So basically, it's like Instagram on steroids.
Yep.
It's more so a bit more detailed.
And it's looking
so-
good. By the time you look at it, I've seen blueprints of it because she's obviously spending a lot of time making it. By the time this podcast, I believe, will be out, the website should be out. So get the word out. The main thing is, if you're in London and you've got catering needs, send an email. The email address will be up to date on the website by that time, or just check it out on
For
Instagram.
competitive prices.
Competitive prices.
And at least
Dis-
you'll be full. You won't be hungry.
And for a discount code, just send apply this code. Where in the world? Can I? Am I allowed to give out discount codes yet?
Yeah, sure. Like how many? What's the percentage of like discount you're giving?
I'm not. You'll find out. All right, we're gonna end it there. It's gonna go too far. I'm gonna give my plugs real quick. My personal page, I never promote it, but I am on Natz Blazin. That's my personal account. Everything not travel. Well, sometimes travel, because it's got all the countries that I've been to up here in the highlights. But predominantly, this is my everything: music, podcasts, cheat coders, travel, whatever. But if you want to specifically follow this podcast, which you should, it's Where in the World Podcast. Let me just bring it up. Why can't I type? Bam! Give us a follow. We'll follow back. And yeah, all the snippets, all the promo for this episode will be coming out here. I'm not sure if by this time the Where in the World competition would have been won. No one has won it yet. So I guess we can still enter. Go onto anchor.fm/Where in the World. Send a voice message. Take a wild guess. Where am I? I'm still underwater. It's been a couple weeks already and I think I'm drowning. So somebody save me. Yeah. Any questions? Send us a voice message. Comment below. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow on Spotify. It'll help a lot. All right, bye. Taco, taco, taco.
Taco, taco, taco. Taco, taco, taco. That never was part of the song.
It's a remix, bro. All right. Lucky we have like a time.
I really like these microphones.
Good, huh?
It's so good.